Hey, this is WhyBeAre with BeamNG.drive, and today we're going to take the Angry Bird, shove him in a cannon, and shoot him at things. So to do this in an Angry Birds-like fashion, what we're going to do is we're going to take a bunch of cars, stack them on top of each other, then we're going to take the cannon, shove the Angry Bird into it, and shoot it at the stack of cars and see if it can knock them over. Now right here we have 6 cars. That seems like a perfectly good number to use, but I will not be using these Gravel D series, because if I use the stack of these, I'm pretty sure my computer would lag pretty severely. So to keep the lag down, we're going to use DSC toy cars as the targets, and they should work well for this because they're low detail, but they still have an actual J-beam structure to them, so they'll still deform and stuff. You know, maybe not as realistically as a D series or whatever, but it'll still deform, which is what's important. So we're going to go ahead and actually make all these other vehicles the same thing. So that doesn't take too much time to do. There we are, all done. And now we have to stack them up. And the easiest way to do that is to use the map editor. So you pull up the map editor with F11. Then you're going to hold shift and hit C so you can move the camera around freely. The first thing you're going to do is select this car. And you're going to put him at 0 on the position. So now he's exactly centered up. Then the next car you're going to put it at 0, 0, 1.6, and the reason it's 1.6 is that is the height I found that seems to work best for stacking these cars up. And the next one is going to be 0, 0, 3.2. You see, you're just doubling 1.6. The next one, 0, 0, 4.8. You just add 1.6, and you keep doing that until all the cars are gone. So the next one will be 0, 0, 6.4. And the last one will be 0, 0, 8. Hopefully I did all that math right. I am good at math when it's not in my head. When I have to remember the numbers in my head, I always forget what numbers I'm adding together. But that seems to have worked. I know it's not perfect right now, but if we go back into the game and choose reset all cars, which should, yeah, straighten things out. And I don't think that'll fall over. It looks pretty stable. I don't see it falling or tipping or anything. So that should work out well. Now the next thing to do is spawn the cannon and spawn the bird and shoot it at it. Unfortunately, I think we'll have to actually rotate the cannon for the ideal kind of angle, because I think the cannon would start at this angle, so you'd end up shooting it from behind, which sure you could do, but I'm pretty sure it'd be a lot more interesting to shoot it from this angle. So let's go ahead and find the truck that I just spawned, make it into a large cannon, and then we'll find the other truck I just spawned, wherever it may be, and make it into the Angry Bird. There we are. And as I expected, though, I'm going to have to rotate this, so we're going to go back into the map editor. And then we're going to go ahead and select the cannon. And then put the rotation to 0, 0, 190. There we go. Now we got to line it up with the car, so we're going to go 20, 0, 0, which should line it up with the cars. Not quite, actually. That's interesting. It's not quite lined up. It's actually a little bit to the right too much. So instead of that, let's do 0, 0. Let's do 20, 2, 0 instead of 20, 0, 0. And that looks like it's lined up now, which is good. We could move the Angry Bird here as well, but I'm not going to bother. I'll move him at, well, what the heck. It's probably easier to do it here, so why not do it here, right? Let's go and bring the Angry Bird into the cannon. So we'll back him up a bit, and then move him into the cannon. Is that actually in the cannon? Not quite. Move him up some. Back a little bit. There you go. It looks in the cannon. They're going to move him back closer to the back. And the Angry Bird has been loaded into the cannon. So let's go ahead and go back into the game. And now we have to become the cannon, which I think this is the cannon. Let's see. Is that the cannon? Yes. I'm going to raise it up just a little bit to clear the jump right there, because you don't want to smash the bird into the little jump right there. I guess it's not a jump. It's just a ramp. But anyways, lift it up a bit. Shoot at the car. See if it works. Seems to have worked great. That went surprisingly well. And we should also be able to just do a reset all and then do it again with slow-mo. So there we go. There's the bird in the cannon. Wait. Okay, that's something didn't go right. Looks like the cannon, for some reason, is not in the same position it was before. Okay, that's weird. Back into the map editor then. I'm not exactly sure what caused the cannon to move, but I guess my best option would be to, yeah, look at the number. It's in a totally different position. It's weird. So how about this? We'll try doing 26 and then 0 maybe? Like that? And then if I hit reset all, it should line up now, right? Yeah, okay. And if I keep hitting reset all, yeah, it stays in that spot. Weird. I don't know what caused it to act up before. And you see the Angry Bird is not ready to be shot. He's fallen inside of the can, so I gotta realign him. This is the Angry Bird, right? Yes. I checked by hitting the parking brake. You see, it's very, very finicky to put something in the cannon. The cannon's always difficult to use. It just straight up is. So there we go. Angry Bird is in cannon. Go and raise the cannon up. That's not the cannon. There's the cannon. Raise the cannon up. Just a little bit right there. Get the slow-mo on just like I said I would. Hopefully there's actually slow-mo on this. Let me check. Does the cannon have slow-mo? Yes, it does. You can tell because it's not moving when I hit the button to move it. So shoot the bird out. A nice slow-mo hit. Only the top car. That's like some sniper stuff right there. And it did a nice dent into that car too. And if I wanted to, I could go ahead and reload the cannon and shoot it again at a lower part of the tower of cars. So try that out. Although that means if I hit reset all, I'll have to realign the bird later on. But no going back from it now. I already did it. And boy, is it hard to put the bird into the cannon properly. Finally did it, but it was not easy. I swear the cannon's just... Loading it up is one of the most difficult things in BeamNG.drive. So we'll lower it a bit and shoot. No slow-mo that time, but we did take out the whole stack of cars. So that proves that you could do it from close up. Now we gotta try it from far away. That's where the real fun gets here. So let's go and go back in the map editor. Game crashed. I'll go ahead and set everything back up and I'll be right back with you. So we can go ahead and unfreeze physics. The bird looks like he is ready to go. The cars should be in a stack over there. They are. Go ahead and raise the cannon up a lot because we need to actually have some height to this to make sure we don't just bounce off the ground. So something like that. Try shooting it. Angry Bird is flying. And it worked. That's like probably the limit of how far away you can get. But it still just barely managed to make it. And it's taking down the whole stack of cars. That was nice. It actually managed to take the whole stack down. And so you could do a reset all. Oh, it just shot it already. Because the can was still on. But it hit it. And it tumbled. It got to tumble. That's cheating. That's amazing that it went, like it bounced the whole way. That is impressive bouncing. Just tumbles along and then boop. Oh, it didn't knock it over that time though. I thought it was going to knock it over. I guess it wasn't going to that time. Knock it over this time then. So the results are different even though it's the exact same like angle of attack and everything. It was different that time. That was interesting how the game does that. Like there's literally nothing that could be different if you use the reset all button, yet there was. So it's just obviously something with the way the game calculates physics and stuff where it's sometimes it'll hit and knock him over, and then other times it won't. Like that time it did. Hit reset all again, and this time it's hitting it really hard, and it doesn't just knock him over with a little bump. It knocks him over with force and authority. It's weird. I don't know. It's just interesting to me that it's doing the exact same thing, but the outcome can vary. It's like that one. Didn't knock it over. It's weird. Weird stuff. Let's go ahead and try doing some nice angles on this, though. Like, I think it's more fun when you fly in at it versus just kind of shoot it along and bounce off the ground. So let's see. That's the bird. It's hard to keep track of what's what. There's the cannon. Raise the cannon. Alright, how about right there? Shoot it. Oh, it overshot it. I didn't think it could overshoot it. So apparently we could go even farther if we wanted to, but it seems like we are very close to the limit, and the can likes to do that. It likes to just shoot on its own and mess with me. So let's go ahead and raise the cannon up again. And not as much this time, because apparently you can overshoot those cars. I didn't think we could be able to, but looks like we can. This time we're not overshooting them. Actually undershot it just a little bit. But you still knocked him down. I'm happy with how consistent the Angry Bird has been, though. Like, a lot of the time, when I used the cannon before, it was very inconsistent. I think the reason it's working so well with the Angry Bird is because it's a round object and it's kind of able to sit in the cannon in a way that allows it to fly consistently. When I use the like cars in this, for example, or propane tanks, not consistent. Not even a little bit. Angry Bird, though, he's pretty consistent in actually hitting the same spot and knocking all the cars over. I should see how consistent he actually is because, well, you can only do this for so long. You know, I'm already getting a little bit bored of it. So you know what we could do, though, is make it one last attempt with an even higher stack of cars. So let's do that. Go and freeze physics, go over here. And we're going to make this stack of cars even higher if it'll allow us to. Never mind that idea. The game says, no, you are not allowed to do that, and crashed on me. I don't think I could have stacked it up any higher anyways, so I'm not going to try. And instead, we're going to do some science. So I want to see how consistent is shooting the Angry Bird from the cannon, because obviously it's a lot better than shooting a car from the cannon, because when you do that, you could barely hit the same spot twice. It seems like with the Angry Bird, it does quite a bit better, so we're going to do some testing for that. We're going to need one cannon, one Angry Bird, and then one car to mark the spot, maybe multiple ones to do it. But all we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and lift the cannon up some, to about, doesn't really matter where, just enough where it could have a good angle to shoot from. So like right there should be fine. Then we're going to go ahead and take the Angry Bird, which is just hanging by a thread, and put him into the cannon. And you want to put him in a way where we reset him, he doesn't stick. So like right there, you see, you can reset him infinite number of times and he'll always be good. So we're going to reset him, let him get stable inside of the cannon so he's not bouncing around. And then we're going to try shooting him from the cannon, see where he goes. So the first shot, I'm going to put some slow-mo on it so I can mark the spot. Boom, making contact right there. So we're going to take this truck and just mark that spot. Just like that. Then we can go ahead and reset the bird. I shouldn't have reset the bird yet. I have to close the cannon. Oops. Oh well. We're going to crush the bird. And then reset him. Let him kind of just get relaxed and comfortable in the cannon again. And shoot him. And see where he goes this time. So that was really consistent. Like, compared to cars, that's really consistent. That even hit the same mark to some extent, so that's good. Go ahead and pull the cannon in first this time. Reset the truck where it was. Reset the bird in. Let him stabilize and see if we can get 3 shots in a row that are all consistent. Or not. I just want to do like a few shots and see how consistent it is. That one was not so consistent. You saw there, that one was quite a bit off mark. Nice and stable. Maybe the Angry Bird was shifting because I see it shifting still right there. Go ahead and shoot another one. Little worse than the other one, but still pretty consistent on that one. The other one was just really bad. So we'll do one more to test the consistency. Hopefully it'll hit the car that's sitting there. You notice the Angry Bird is sitting in the cannon in a different angle, which is definitely going to affect things in the negative. Way overshot it. The first hit was probably right about there, and that's quite a long overshooting. So it's not perfect still. Apparently the game really hates the cannon because it decided to crash once again. But I think you got the idea of how consistent the Angry Bird is in the cannon. It definitely feels a lot more consistent than a car in the cannon, though. That is for sure. So the next thing I want to do is just shoot the Angry Bird at some cars. And to do that, we'll go to Endless Highway. So we're going to go ahead and spawn a cannon, an Angry Bird, and then something to hit. So let's go ahead and start with the cannon, and it's probably going to crush the truck again right next to it. I'm so sorry, truck, but there's nothing I can do about this. You're going to get crushed. I mean, sure, I can move the other truck and stuff. That's a lot of effort. Let's just crush the truck and be done with it. Go and grab the Angry Bird, place him in the cannon. See, is that a good place to be? Not quite. Let's see if we reset him. Is it better? Okay, if we reset him, though, it works good. So next, we're going to get the truck and place it right in front of the cannon. I think this truck might be a little too short. Like, even if we're up on the ramp right here, the Angry Bird might just fly right over it. I'll try it. But if it doesn't work, I'll just switch over to a different vehicle that's a little taller. So park it right there. Zoom out a bit so we can see everything and shoot. There we go. That actually hit it. I thought the Angry Bird might fly over it, but nope. Smacked into the truck. Go and reset the Angry Bird. How's the truck doing? Still drives, so just get another beating. It did push it off the ramp a little bit, though. See, that's what I thought would happen. It flew right over him. I think it's just a matter of luck. Kind of like how the Angry Bird is bouncing in the cannon. It may hit him or it may go right over him. It all depends. Now it's just kind of tapping the... Yeah, it's boring. It's boring when it's just tapping it. So, you know what? To make things more interesting, I have a plan. We'll just use a bigger vehicle. It's a simple plan, isn't it? So let's go ahead and back this off so I don't have it getting stuck in the cannon when I spawn it. But let's grab an 8 Series Cargo Uplift Box Van. Crazy name. Hey, we could try loading it up, actually. That'd be interesting. So we go back it in, back it in. There we go. Open up the doors. Load me 1 Angry Bird, please. He went straight through it. Hey, that ain't right. That's not right. It went straight through it. I mean, we could just pretend he's in there. Okay, I'm gonna go deliver Angry Bird now. I mean, if you look from this camera angle, I'd believe the Angry Bird was in there. If you look from this camera angle, well, I wouldn't believe you that the Angry Bird was inside the truck. For obvious reasons. Let's go ahead and reset everything and just try shooting the Angry Bird at the truck then, since obviously putting him in the truck isn't gonna work. Oh, now he goes inside the truck. Only partially, but still. Come on, Angry Bird, that's not nice. Don't do what I want you to do when I don't want you to do it. Do what I want you to do when I want you to do it. It's much better that way. Makes me happy. Go and rotate the truck 90 degrees and try hitting the Angry Bird into it again. See if it does anything different. What the heck? Angry Bird, you're making me angry. So you can see it's still not exactly perfect using the Angry Bird in the cannon. The inconsistencies are showing when you have a real small target here. Because you would think something that close like that, it wouldn't fly over it. But then that time it does, even though the other times it wasn't. See, that time it didn't. That time was a good hit. And I like ending on a good thing and a good note and all that. So I'm going to go ahead and say... That is a beautiful flip, actually, too. But that'll be the end of the video. You know what? No, scratch that. We got to do a couple of weird things first, like slam it into a MAZ. And the MAZ is going to be like, ha ha ha. You know, I wonder if the MAZ could even fit in the cannon. Did I ever check that? I think I did. I think I did. That's right, I did once. It barely does, but it does fit. Alright, so let's see. Shoot the bird into the MAZ. I should probably turn the MAZ around. That way, it has a chance to not fly over it. Or less of a chance to fly over it, I should say. I'm really tired right now, can you tell? Like, I feel like I'm talking really weird. Because I am so sleepy. I don't know if I really am. But I feel like I am. Kind of because this video has been going on for so long, because there's so much like, cans of pain with all the editing I have to do for it. But anyways, let's go ahead and shoot the bird at the MAZ. Ha! MAZ is just like, I don't care if you hit me. Oh, it did get a dent though. That's surprising. I figured it would be like unscratched, but I mean without a scratch. But it is damaged. See, my English is suffering. I'm too tired. I gotta end this here before I start making up more words that don't actually exist. Like, I don't think unscratched is a word. I'm pretty sure. And if it is, that's a really unusual word. So, till next time, this is WhyBeAre. I'm not playing with an Angry Bird in the tires of my MAZ. Till next time, I'll see ya.